All right, we should be live on YouTube. I want to let some people slide in and then we'll get started. All right, guys, I won't be streaming in the Discord. Move it all over to YouTube if you want to watch it. It just doesn't make sense to do Discord and YouTube at the same time. So if you want to watch it, link is in Crypto Archive. We'll get started very shortly here. Type something in the chat if you're here listening along. See how many people we got. Yo, what's going on, guys? What's up, Taylor? What's up, Pablo? What's up, Caveman? What is going on? Is that Hood? Hundo. Jay, what's going on, man? So today I don't got an outline. It's actually going to be half the time that we normally do. Quick recap on the market since I was gone Friday through Sunday, which turned out to be a pretty fun period to trade. It's unfortunate I didn't get it traded, but we can still go back, look at what happened, what occurred, and what to do next, right? Still plays to be had, still plays to be made. Maybe we missed the slight bottom there. But I do have to shout out the crypto KJ and Glacier and Flow. I think Hood too, I took a play from Hood. Because even though I wasn't trading on the weekend, I definitely took you guys' plays. And I was able to print while I was away, which was nice, but wasn't able to analyze in real time, which is unfortunate. All right, about 50 people in here. Get started. So first off, guys, we're just gonna go over Bitcoin, what occurred, what trends broke, right? What's to happen next? Relates to the fractal back in May. As much as we can, I know the basis to the fractal has already been pretty much disproven. We went over this last stream, which I think was 2 weeks ago when that occurred. So first things first, two main things happened, right? Two main market mechanics occurred. I think one of the ones that, we'll turn this down just a bit if we can. Still want a little bit of background music. That's good for me. So two main market events occurred, right? One of the first ones was, which I think the entire market was anticipating, which was the diagonal trend line from the all-time highs and then subsequently occurred into the rest of the, here, we'll make this perfect for you guys, occurred into the rest of the lower highs that were developed over the last 3 months or so. What is this? November, yeah, 3 months or so since the bear trend occurred. As we can see here, I'm gonna highlight these events. Pretty much the main points in each of the consolidation periods. There was one period of time where they rejected the hardest, right? And this is plain to see. You have your first period of consolidation here, and then you have your rejection here. Then you have your next period of consolidation, and then obviously your rejection, right? And the rejection was fairly simple to see. It was just pulling the lower highs from all-time high into December and then into January, and then subsequently the beginning of February was the breakout. So you had your next period of consolidation, and each period of these consolidations are under the previous one, right? As we can see here, first period, bearish breakdown to the next one, bearish breakdown again, until you finally have your trend reversal. Now, the thing that we got to go over is, is this trend reversal going to last? Is this the trend reversal that's pushing us back to all-time highs? Is this a trend reversal to at least get us above the 200-day EMA, right? Because again, this is one of the main computations from every bear market into a reversal back into the bull market was a breakout of the 200-day moving average, and then you retest it and you continue. As we can see, this happened back in May, July, the exact same formation, breakout, retest, and then we continued back on an all-time high. So previously, the fractal said that this was a period of time where we had a massive momentum switch from the bear side back to the bull side. We're not over it yet, so I still think we still have a little bit of downside, but there's a few coins I want to go over, ones I want to take entries on. And also, if you do have coins that you were buying over the past weekend, the past 5, 6, 7 days before the massive run-up or during the massive run-up, highly suggest holding, right? I think that you're getting such a great discount right now on the previous coins you bought that there's no point in selling right now after this small burst. A momentum in the market has shifted. Selling now may turn out to be fruitless as momentum shifts past the 200-day, and you might be able to see, 50K, 55K again. I think you should hold. So, first things first, I want to go over, I think it's the 4-hour time frame here. I want to clean this up a little bit. We can leave these. First things first, on the 4-hour time frame, I'll take off these highlights. Also, oh wait, I forgot one more thing. So the main paradigms that shifted the price here. Oh, there's a lot of highlights. Hold on, I gotta delete all of these. The first one obviously was this diagonal trend line from all-time highs, right? I went over that first. That was the first event that occurred. The second event, right, I mentioned this in the beginning, was this trend. Now, it took me a while to find this one, but it holds a lot of value over the course of the last 2 years. As you can see here, the amount of value it's given us has been consistent, and it's proven to show us the true trend. So this is a trend line going through and scalping through a lot of the price action of the last year. One of the main things that it does form was this falling wedge into the support here, and then that's what evidently got us our breakout. Again, you had this falling wedge, but most of the volume over the past 2 years has been at this level as well. So I think most people were expecting low 30Ks to 35K to be the bottom, at least for relief, right? Maybe if it's not the entire, reset of the bull cycle, yeah, at least you got your relief, which we did. I mean, Bitcoin is off, I want to say 20% from the lows here. So this is without a doubt the relief bounce that many were waiting for. 20% plus on majors, completely fine with that, right? Now, I think one thing everyone should have chart on their charts right now is this trend line. And this is off of the logarithmic charts. This is on regular right now. This is going to show us when potentially, right, if all fails and we get a retest of this trend, you have your risk on event. And the risk on event is just going to mean where you're going to go a little bit heavier than you went before because you have the risk to reward and the confirmation of trend to continue. So we had the breakout of the massive descending, diagonal trend line. Beautiful. We haven't had a retest of it though, right? There's been no retest. There doesn't necessarily have to be a retest, but in the event there is, have this on your chart so you're ready in the event that you have a risk on event. So retest the trend line or retest of this massive trend. So you have two different trends in which if we get a retest, you got to go risk on and start, placing a little bit more margin in those trades, up in the leverage a little bit, because those are the generational opportunities there. Now, there is something on the daily I want to go through, which defined the last bear market reversal, which was the decreasing volume, decreasing price, and then you had your breakout. So as we can see here back in May, this is the first thing I want to go over. Price is decreasing. This is evident, right? Volume is also decreasing. First off, you have the massive volume candle from the beginning of the trend, right? This is what started the bear market, is the break of the 200-day EMA. This is the capitulation candle, highest volume in the entire period, and then everything after that is lower, right? Second capitulation candle, third, All of them will be lower. It is decreasing volume, is decreasing price, right? Then you came to one point where you had the breakout. This is nearly 20% again, right? 20% into the 200-day moving average, which I want to, I got some DMs recently. We're still down 50% from all-time highs here. We are down nearly 50% from all-time highs, not only on Bitcoin, but on a lot of alts across the market. So if you're like me and you didn't trade all weekend and you had this massive bullish action, you're feeling a little bit FOMO, you feel like you missed out on a lot of great prices and that, you don't want to buy anything until it visits the prices again. I got to tell you, it's not the best course of action. The best course of action is to get exposure even at these highs because you're still down 50% from the highs. Doesn't matter if you're up 30% from the week. We can tell from last time when this occurred. We broke out, over 40% move from the bottom, retest the daily 200, and you never saw those prices again, right? All of these prices down here that you may have missed, you never saw them again. So don't feel FOMO that you didn't get those and try to wait until you get them again to get exposure. You can get exposure right now. Everything is still in a major discount. Don't be worried about that at all. So one of the main things on Bitcoin in the coming week, I suspect, this is a daily frame by the way, I suspect in the coming week, by Friday, how many more days do we have? It's Tuesday right now. Let's give it 4 or 5 more days, and it's going to be a fairly defining week here. First things first, we've cleared 2 zones, right? In the beginning, I showed you guys that there were 3 major zones. I'll chart them one more time. There's 3 major zones in which we had a major bearish breakdown that we had to break out of. Okay, the first one has been invalidated. At least the first one has had price skim through it, so you don't have to worry about this, right? All the shorts that were at these levels before, feeling the longs, they're gone, right? They're stopped out of their trades or they're gone. The second point of fuel, and what I mean by fuel is, as long traders press up, I'll show you here on the 4 hours. It's actually really easy to show you guys. Consistently over time, as we know this the past month, shorts have been getting absolutely paid. Now the key is to understand, where have they been getting paid from, right? There's a few key levels where you can see where shorts have been opened in mass, right? Shorts have obviously been opened massively near the 51K range. They have no reason to close these again. Shorts again, at this point of support, the previous point of support, it's now supply. A ton of shorts here. A ton of shorts again at 43K. I'm going to delete all of these circles and show you guys where you can understand where shorts were opened. At the top of each previous range, you need to assume that there's a bunch of shorts that were open there. If we can clear those ranges, liquidates the shorts, they have to cover, that produces more buying pressure, and that's where the squeeze happens, right? So if we can start breaking into previous prices where shorts were opened, we can continually open up more liquidity for longs, and that's how you get the major squeezes that occur very quickly. And that's what happened at the bottom here. That's one of the main reasons we had this massive pump. There was no news about China legalizing crypto or China, enabling crypto as the domestic currency, or Russia using Bitcoin to finance their war. There was no major fundamental event. This is simply this is an economic event, right? All that happened is a ton of shorts have been building up for the last 3 months, and we've been clearing those levels. The first one was here at 38K. Cleared the level massively. There's, I want to say, over 50 billion in shorts. Sorry, not 50, about 50 million in shorts liquidated here. Squeeze them. They have to cover price and open up more. Squeezes back up to the top. And then recently, as of the last day and a half, I want to say, we then cleared the next level, which was the high here at 43K. Let's call it 44K flat. As soon as we broke over 44K flat, a bunch of shorts that were open there were either covering, taking profits, or stopping out at break even, providing more liquidity to the market, which is fuel for longs. So the reason price can squeeze up this quickly, on a $2 trillion market, maybe, if this is a $2 trillion market, if price is squeezing 30%, let's say 25% from the lows, a quarter of the value has regained in Bitcoin over the last 7 days. It's either a fundamental event or you have a bunch of over-leveraged shorts that were opened up that are now getting covered, that are now getting liquidated, providing more opportunities for longs to open. And that's what I think can continue here. And this is what happened back in May. Shorts kept getting, or at least the short levels, kept getting violated, providing more fuel for the longs so you can continue up the range. And this is why I'm telling you guys, if you had open positions from the last 7 days, There's no reason to close them right now. I see no reason to close any longs you have on Bitcoin from the low 30Ks, any longs you have on Ethereum or equity you have from Ethereum under $3,000. You guys got the discounts you wanted, right? Keep the discounts for now. Absolutely no reason to start taking your positions out because you've made your money already. There's a lot more to be made. There's a lot more to squeeze. The most of the liquidity right now, we haven't even tapped yet. And we can tell by using this simple indicator on the side, the visual range. This is going to show us, right? The bottom range here, when all the shorts were opening up, it was all right. It wasn't too much. We were already down 45, 50% from the highs. So shorts weren't as aggressive. We've cleared all of these here. So all these shorts, they've been burnt, they've been liquidated, stopped out, and provided liquidity to the longs. And here was the next level. Again, this is where we had our next spike up. A lot of people believed that if we hit this 4-hour 200 EMA, we were going to come back down and retest. Unfortunately, we squeezed again. So more shorts were taken out of the market. Price squeezed up again as they were covering. That's more buying pressure on the market. And then we have our next layer up, which, as you can see here, is the psychological 50K level. So this is it. This is the last squeeze before the true momentum shift. If we go back in May, this is one of the exact same things that happened, right? A ton of shorts were built up, greedy shorts at that, right? We kept pressing through each level, press through the level and break. This is a little too big. Press through each level, break, shorts have to cover. I don't know why this is so big. Anyways, I'm trying to give you guys a visual to show you that this is a very similar event that occurred before. We use this one. Shorts got hurt, shorts got hurt, shorts got hurt, shorts got hurt. And not only was this from previous shorts, this was from new shorts as well. A lot of people still are in the assumption that the macro trend is still very bearish, which it is. We're still under a lot of key levels here, but we've also broken a lot of key levels that can push us to theorize that this is a major trend reversal in the entire crypto market. So do not sell too early here. The number one thing I don't want to happen is a lot of you who opened up positions recently, like Dot, I opened up a Polkadot position today, is see that you make some gains on Polkadot today, and then in the next 2 weeks we have our major squeeze like we had in May, and we can mark price up another 32% on the majors. So too long, didn't listen. Do not close the positions you had opened over the weekend. You guys got great discounts on them. I don't think price is going to retest those levels, but if it does, again, that's the risk on event. That's where we start up again. So now going into the moves I want to make, and this is just for Bitcoin. I got some altcoins I want to talk about, but for Bitcoin, I'm looking to open up some long soon. I don't like shorting too much. I haven't had the best luck shorting as of recently. I tried shorting ETH at the bottom, had some profits very early on in the trade, got greedy with them, didn't take them, and had to stop out for a small loss. So I'm not ready to short again. Also, you guys know that one of my major indicators for going long is a break of the 200 EMA on the 4-hour and holding. Specific case here is we've broken, we've held, it looks beautiful. Bitcoin, not exactly my favorite long. I wanted to move into Ethereum here because Ethereum is very close to this exact level. It's coming up to a nice volume shelf here. Ethereum's a long if you're going to take one, but we've got to do our first theory here on Bitcoin and what we think is going to happen next. It's honestly very simple to enlighten you guys on the next supply that we're about to test. This is at 46K, right? Previously 46K was the support that I'm sure a lot of people were trying to long from. You had several different points showing you demand at this level, and a little over 6 different tests of this. Inevitably, the supply continued to overwhelm us. As we can see here, price deviates lower and lower. You have equal lows, and then the price subsequently breaks itself down. Now, when this occurs, you got to understand that there's a lot of positions trapped right here, either longs or shorts, right? A lot of shorts were also opened up at these levels. So they're going to be covering if price squeezes through here, and there's going to be a lot of longs also that are going to be taking profits because they're ready to get out of break even because they've been sitting at a loss for the last 3 months. So once 46K test, and I don't exactly like the exact price that we're at. I mean, we're right in the mid-range. You have about a 6% downside and I want to say 5% upside until a supply test. So Bitcoin's not the best risk to reward long right now. I'll show you guys the best risk to reward longs because these are the ones I want to take. Polkadot being one of them that I've already opened here. But that is the next key level. You guys should actually put alerts here. They're very simple. I'm sure everyone can understand this. This one isn't hard to determine. But the previous level that gave us major demand after it's been washed through, right? After the level's been cleared, this is where supply is. So a bunch of supply here. Even if you don't use the price action, we can sell from the sidebar. Look at this. All of your, I mean, the most volume out of the last 66 days is at this level. So we're coming up soon. This weekend, I think, by Friday, Saturday at the latest, we'll test this level, right? We'll test this level. It will show us if previous supply has turned bullish again. They've reformatted their positions at the lows, and they're okay with letting this level squeeze past. And if the shorts are still heavy enough to get squeezed, because if, and you'll know this by price skimming through this level, as soon as we get to the supply, if we immediately squeeze through this at a rapid rate, it means a lot of long traders are aggressively and violently pressing through this level in order to liquidate the shorts, so they have to cover again, giving us more buying pressure. We'll go back to May again. It's one of the exact same scenarios that occurred. Is long traders just violently press the shorts until inevitably you have a bull trend for 2 months straight. And that's what happened from July to August, right? And then September started. It's 2 months. September started, and you have red September. So all the previous bears in the market, I feel bad for a lot of them because they made a lot of money in this downtrend, but unfortunately within 7 days, what is this? 6 days, they've given back probably all of their profits. It's unfortunate because just one move takes that, and that's where the squeeze comes into hand here. As soon as price starts moving up the range violently like this, let me tell you, a bunch of people were shorting down in this range, including me. I had shorts open on Ethereum in this range. Thank God we had our risk managed here, but a lot of people were shorting here. A lot of people shorted the previous range, and they're all gone now. All of those shorts in those ranges are gone, and they're built up with longs. So a bunch of demand is below price, giving you a better risk to reward on your longs, and again, before we weren't able to take many longs and hold trades for a while. I do think we'll be able to hold trades for quite some time now. Okay, going to the first play that I actually want. This is the play that I'm going to take entry on. Bitcoin, I don't think I'm going to take entry on. Just not as good as I really want it to be. Ethereum looks a lot better. I like the use case for Ethereum coming into 2022. I like the idea of the flippening, right? There's a lot of narratives going on for Ethereum to be the position you take. Also, the technicals look immensely good here. And then we'll get into some of the altcoins I like. But that was the basis for the recap on Bitcoin. The two events that pushed us high, right? The diagonal trend line from all-time high into all of the lower highs, and then plus the mid-range. This has been the guideline, the guide map pretty much for the last 2.5 years. So 2 events pushes up heavily, falling wedge into both of them, and you have a beautiful weekend. Unfortunately, a weekend I didn't get a trade, but you're always there for another. You always got another trade on the bright side, and hopefully it's Ethereum. So Ethereum, a few things that have occurred here, quite identical to what's happened with Bitcoin. I want to take a high that's not exactly the all-time high and show you that we've recently broken out of this. Broken out of it, plus we've retested. We're a lot closer to the price of breakout. So we don't have a 5% deviation. Let's see what the deviation is here. 2%, let's call it 3% deviation to the bottom. And then you have a 10% upside from this. So this is already looking like a better trade to me to take longs on Ethereum. I have a 3% downside until I can buy more at the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. And I have a 10% upside until the next supply. And how did I determine where the next supply is and where I'm going to sell this? Fairly simple. Take where the previous price continue to get rejected from right here. I guarantee you, next time we come to this level, we'll have some small rejections, but look at this, and I've taught you guys this once before. When you have a concave in price like this, especially on the visual indicator here, the visual volume indicator, it means that there wasn't much traded through this range, right? There wasn't much either bid or there wasn't much asked to sell, and it fell through. So if you see something like this, just know that price can easily flow through this until the next volume shelf. So if there's no volume shelf here, we can see, I'll mark this on the chart exactly where this volume shelf is. Right in this range. This range has almost nothing traded in it. We have like 14 hours of trades maybe. 1 day of trades just skewed through the zone and fell below, right? So the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna start taking longs on Ethereum very soon here. Obviously, their target's gonna be about 10% away. Don't get greedy because you hear 10%, value in longs, right? Don't get greedy and go, 20x on your trade because you hear 10% and looking for a 200% return. Keep it calm. We're still in defensive mode. Nothing's truly confirmed for a reversal back into the bull trend yet. Stay safe, but odds are that this momentum continues because momentum that is this heavy, 30%, 40% on alts, 25 to 30% on majors, it continues to hold, especially after the 66-day duration. Should have gone over this in the beginning with you guys, but the last accumulation of the bear trend until it hit the daily 200 was about 69 days. We're currently sitting at 67 days. So we have 3 days. We have 3 days until the duration hits. I don't know how much value this timeline is going to give us, but we have 3 days until the weekend. We have 3 days until the duration between the previous fractal hits. There's a lot of value here to continue this trend. So longs on Ethereum, I think I have them open already. Let me check. If I do, they're at current price, so don't think I'm up by much. So longs with Ethereum at current price is my bet. 3% downside, I buy more. I highly doubt that we break through this low again. If we do, I'm sure futures are ending up 3 to 4% red. So absolutely doubt that we have a 300 to 400 delta move to the downside where we keep breaking the support, we break the 400, the 4-hour 200 EMA, and we break the trend line that we previously broke out of. Yeah, that's highly unlikely that this happens. Continue with your long, sir. I'll also be sending this out right after the stream is done, so I give you guys all the exact numbers, entry, TP, stop loss, because I know you guys like that stuff. But this is the first one, right? This is the first one that I truly like. So I like Ethereum. I think that the NFT bull run, and for those that are NFT enthusiasts, I'm sorry to say, I think the NFT bull run is coming to a near close. It's been active for the last 4 months. So NFT bull run has gone on for 4 months here. I don't think it continues. And the end of the NFT bull run means one thing. It means only one thing. The NFT bull run is ending, right? NFTs are losing value, and the denomination that these NFTs are denominated in have to gain value. And that's Ethereum, right? Or at least for the majority of the market. Some are delegated in Solana, some are delegated in AVAX, XRP, Cardano, whatever it may be. The majority of the NFT market, most of the TVL is in Ethereum. So as people start understanding that NFTs are moving into a bear market, they'll be liquidating their NFTs, selling them back to the market, most likely for less than they bought them for, and they'll be getting Ethereum, because if Ethereum is outperforming your NFT investment, there's no point to hold the NFT anymore when the denomination of the asset is moving. So ETH longs is my bet going into the next 3-day weekend, or it's not 3 days until the weekend starts up. I think that we see a move to the upside here. And again, I marked $3,400 as the main target. This also coincides with one of our major levels on the 200-day EMA, the 200 EMA on that daily. It's at the exact same level, right? So this is where we're going to look to truly start trimming some of the position. A 10% move isn't nothing to shake at. We've had a 30% move over the weekend. So if we move another 10%, we can possibly move 45 to 50% in just a week. So $3,400, definitely the next range where I think we'll see some type of resistance. Again, there's not much that's been traded through here. Not much that's been traded through this level. So I expect another tiny squeeze to the upside if the bull market is to resume, or if we are to reclaim some key levels on the daily, like 200 EMA. This is where it's going to occur. At $3,400, squeeze is going to occur, or the major rejection is. So you guys know exactly where you're going to find reaction to Ethereum, $3,400. End of NFT bull run sounds bad for Sol. It's good for Sol. It's good for Sol. I mean, Sol's inherent value wasn't created off of being a utility asset for Solana NFTs, right? It's bad for Solana NFTs, but it's not bad for Solana itself. I mean, if anything, it would be great for Solana, because if NFTs continually lose value, you need to move the asset into something more liquid that is outperforming, which would be Solana itself. So good for Solana, bad for the NFTs itself, obviously. So that's ETH. It's one of my favorite right now. And it's a major, which is good. So highly liquid. Also, great long-term asset. I wish I got more Ethereum under 3K, but what can you do? We're still down. You're still down 35% from all-time highs. So you still get a great price if you were to buy this asset on equity right now. And if you were with us back in November, we were selling our Ethereum. So for those of you that were with me, selling all of your Ethereum at the range highs, all-time highs, albeit, we can come back and buy the exact same amount we sold and get 35% more than what we had before. So ETH, first one I like. I think we're hitting the half-hour mark. I don't got too many that I do like. At least I do have some more that I like, but I'm going to go over the main ones. Polkadot, another one of the main ones I like. I'll go over a few of the reasons here. First off, Polkadot long-term trend line. I mean, this is starting from the day of listing on Binance in August, right, up into December, until the July dip, and then again into the most recent dip in mid-January. Obviously, we've had great reactions from price off these levels. Huge bounce. This is a confirmation of massive demand. Let me take out volume. It's a confirmation of massive demand, right? And we haven't broken any major levels yet, so we still have a ton of room to continue moving here, and we're down over 50% from all-time highs. On a cross-chain fundamental crypto like this, I think it's just a bargain to get. Even though, we're still buying at a premium. We're still buying where it was, 21% cheaper about, 9 days ago. I still think you're fine buying. I actually already bought this. So for those of you watching the stream and don't know, we already bought this crypto archive. Would love for price to come down a tad bit more, but it looks like we double bottomed already. Kind of like a type 2 reaction that we just learned about in harmonics, but hopefully it comes back down because I got limits set at the lows, but if not, we already have our orders in. So let me go over the main reasons for this one. Most of these have already had, these major diagonal trendline breakouts, but the biggest one on DOT hasn't actually occurred yet. So let me take these off. These are probably confusing. So you have two lines here, right? Two different trend lines. They bounce from the exact same spot and both hold extreme value. One that's already been broken, and as we can see, was also retested 2 different times. Right? This could have been your first entry. If not, we already bought it at the same price that it was before. But here is the next major trend line. So this one actually lines up perfectly with the 4-hour 200 EMA. So I suspect if we're able to get over this, a lot of shorts that were previously shorting heavily from this $24 range will end up getting a fairly nice squeeze to the upside. So I like this play a lot. Low risk, down 60% from all-time highs here. Grab spot, grab futures, whichever it may be. You have 2 key levels that, if broken, will send price flying here. And I assume if price does break out here on DOT, the rest of the market is following through with it. So DOT, one of my favorite plays. And then we'll go over 2 more that I like a lot. One is a NEAR. And a lot of these are just tokens that have held their weight throughout the previous bear market and are holding their weight once again, and at new key levels that they should have held before. And this is evident with NEAR because we can see this was previously our resistance. It's easy to tell where price was getting sold off, 5 different times. And then you have your breakout in December and you hold above it. And then obviously the capitulation of January occurs. We break down through this, price is overwhelmed, and we reclaim it as of 2 days ago, right? So we're holding over this level here. I like NEAR. If you don't know much about the NEAR ecosystem or what NEAR is doing, it's one of the most funded cryptos in the market. It has like over 500 million in funding right now. And the team, obviously, as the token has increased in value, has accumulated well over $5 billion in funding. So the team, very active, has enough funding to continue doing what they're doing, has grants. It's, VC funded by some of the biggest VCs in the market. Solid long-term pick. And not only that, it's holding over the 200 EMA on the daily for how long? It's pretty much its entire career. since August. It's over 178 days of respecting it. Yeah, very solid buy. We've bought near several different times. I still think it's a great buy here. Going over to my next ones, one of them is a token that I find myself continually coming back to, as much as maybe I don't want to. I keep coming back to it for whatever reason it may be, and it's Cardano. Talked about this a little earlier in the harmonic stream. It doesn't want to break $1. It doesn't want to break $1. I don't know who's buying at $1, but whoever it is has been the hero for the Cardano owners, as this has been holding for well over 352 days. So just about a year of holding at one key level. If you're showing demand for that long of time, I'm going to be buying at the exact same level. Also, Cardano has, if I'm not mistaken, a trend line that hasn't been broken yet. Yes, the trend line on Cardano hasn't been broken. The majors have been. Simple to see here where your next reaction is going to occur. And we probably have, I'll give you guys an estimation of how long until this. Give it 2 weeks. Right, 2 weeks to fully understand whether this is, finally the whale holding up the demand at $1 loses, or if we'll have a breakout and those $1 buys are going to pay out over time. So Cardano, I like a lot. Still under the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Unfortunately, it's been losing the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. For some of these coins, has been losing a little bit of value, as price has been fluctuating in between it, as we can see up here. Holds value, and then obviously gets decimated again. Deviates above. Over here, deviates above and then falls back down. So a little bit of value off the 200 EMA. It's been lost there, but I think Cardano is a solid buy. $1.18. What else can you do with it, right? 7% on equity, right? If you break these lows, you might see lower lows here. So ETH, Cardano, Polkadot, all my favorite plays right now. As ETH is broken out, but still has another major level. Polkadot still hasn't really broken out yet, down 60% from the highs. Great play. Cardano, I keep coming back to it for whatever reason it is. $1 is being held up. It's at a great price. It's at $1.18. It's not that far off $1 right now, and it still hasn't broken its major trend. A lot of value packed into this one as well. And then, Near's still a buy. It's definitely not one that I want to be touching on futures anytime soon. I think a lot of the momentum has been shaken out of it, but still absolutely great. It's one of the strongest coins in the bear market, as it never violated its daily 200 EMA. And then I think Secret was my last one. I should have had my notes up. Yeah, I want to say Secret was the last one. We traded Secret just a bit ago. At what, $55.50. Strong asset. I think this is the correct chart here. Yeah, this is the correct chart. So Secret, if you're on Binance, it's not on futures, so don't think that you can borrow to trade this asset. You're just going to be trading this on equity, but solid equity. And right now as well, I mean, Secret $6.44. You're coming off of a 11% dip. You're getting this 8% off from the previous highs. If you didn't buy it with us previously, broke a key level, retested the key level, Secret's a buy, right? Especially at these levels. Look at this here. One of the previous ranges, we've already fluctuated and taken out all shorts and longs in this area. So this is free game now for us to flow back through. Let me write these down, because I need to let you guys know about these. ETH, DOT, we already bought DOT. Secrets, Cardano, main ones for now, and we can check on Dusk as well. But I think Dusk is one that we could probably forget about sometime soon. The narrative is moving away. If we were to break over these highs, I'd get interested in again, but for now, break these highs, retest the highs, continue to produce higher lows here. Dusk could be good. Dusk is at my entry that I bought it at 4 weeks ago. So a good buy if you don't have it, but I already have it, so I'm not going to buy it again. All right, I see some questions in chat. We have hit our 30-minute limits. I just want to go over again, what's about to occur. I am bullish right now on Bitcoin. It's hard not to be, and I wish I was bullish a little bit earlier, but hey, sometimes you're just away for the weekend and the moves happen. So get used to it. It's crypto. The market moves without you. Bullish on Bitcoin, bullish on ETH, DOT, Secret, and Cardano, as I do think those offer the best value right now until we start breaking out, and then maybe new ones that haven't broken out occur again. So I hope everyone understands what happened. That's pretty much the main market recap. What occurred, what's going to happen. The next thing that happens within the next 3 days, we're testing 46K, right? 46K got to get tested. We didn't test it yet. We tapped, it looks like we tapped this low. I'll answer your guys' questions in just a second here. We tapped this low, but that's not it. There is a lot more liquidity up here to test. Are they going to sell it? They're going to cover? I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you that it's going to be fun. And let's call it Friday or Saturday, right? Friday or Saturday, this level is getting hit. 3% upside here. It's not that much. That's why I'm going to trade the alts instead, but 3% upside until we hit these levels, right? And the best case scenario, if this does not occur, is you guys need to start bidding again. 6% drop. If Bitcoin falls another 6% from current price at 44K, you bid again. Because you got the major retest, right? We had the rally-based rally. Delete this. We had the rally, based out, and then rallied again. If we can retest this previous point of demand, go risk on. Go risk on. All right, that is it for the recap, for the coins I like, for what happened in Bitcoin, what I think is going to happen soon, too. We only got 3 days. And how I'm going to profit from it. So as long as we're all in agreement there, everyone understands, I don't see any questions, we should be good. Check XRP, sure. Oh, okay, so XRP. This one's mad. XRP is a mad one. If there's any coin I'm taking shorts on, it would have to be at the value range here. Daily candle just closed 20 minutes ago while we were on stream, so the next, this is the next day of reactions that's about to occur here. I love that XRP had this massive impulse, primarily for 2 reasons this occurred. First reason being a positive results coming from the SEC case, and obviously Bitcoin also moving 25%. So you had an almost 50% increase in value in XRP from the lows. I'm not one to buy 50%. I'll buy 20%. 50% stretching it a bit for me, so I don't know if I'll buy at the 90s. Give me 75, maybe 80, and I'll come back to it. So unfortunately, the most I can give you from XRP is it's a short for me, right? At the daily 200, I think the 200 is calling for, yeah. So the stochastic is calling for an overbought signal. RSI is calling for overbought. You have 3 different confluences in why this is a short. You have not produced a higher high yet. I can't buy XRP this high, but I can buy the other ones that, have also moved in a similar manner, just not 50%. What's up next? Any thoughts on Cardano projects like Meld or Sunday Swap? Did Sunday get released? I was bullish on Sunday. I don't know what happened to it. They pushed it back like month after month after month. So I'll have to look back into it, but they have pushed that project back too far. But bullish on Sunday if it's dropped and everything's going good. Bullish on Sunday. I don't know Meld though. Cup and handle on Bitcoin's 15-minute. Sorry, I didn't check out any of the small time frames. Yeah, sort of. I could see it. If anything, I would just call this, you had your bottom rally, and then either in your flag or pennant pattern here. So yeah, either way, very bullish, right? Check Adam. Yeah, let's check out Adam. I see some questions in Discord as well. I'll go through those in just a second. All right, it's a big one to talk about. Adam's a big one to talk about. So narrative has been changing for Adam. The ecosystem has been growing at a very strong rate. Cross-chain compatibility is a necessity in the market right now, and Cosmos ecosystem offers this. Now, past the fundamentals, I do want to get into just some of the technicals here. I think the log chart is going to provide me a better trend. I don't think this one's going to offer these. I don't think these two trend lines are going to offer too much value, just because there's not too many data points that are actually being held here. So we'll use the EMAs instead. So on the lower time frames, more macro ideals. This is very easy to tell what's going on here. I mean, you have swap of supply to demand. Unfortunately, there's a pinch going on. I'm sure you can recognize this pinch as well. You're going to get this pinch with the 200 EMA on the 4 hour until you get to that bottom here, and supply is withered away and you break out. So very bullish on Cosmos. I don't think Cosmos is like the highest beta play. If you're looking for very high value in exposure to the Cosmos ecosystem, look at Juno. You can trade Juno on MetaMask. It's the I think it's the cross-chain Oracle that Adam uses. I might be wrong on that. That's the Oracle, but I think Adam's fine. But if you can get Juno, your beta is so much better. So let me I gotta send this out real quick. I need everyone to understand what my buys are here. Some who aren't in the stream, I have to send out for them. Give me 1 second. I think the next question was BAT. BAT, check BNB, looks bearish. Check Alice. Sunday's light, but it's not being received as well as expected. MLK is performing much better, or Milk is performing much better. Thank you for that, Marco. I haven't used Sunday. I generally actually won't use the platforms as I don't have much use for them. But yeah, it's taken a while for Sunday to get out, and now that it's out, looks like it's not being received. That sucks, because the amount of time that they took to produce this project, it should have been of, you know, a higher value than we expected. So final thoughts on Atom. I like it a lot. I think, what's our upside here? 7%. It's a decent upside. 7% is decent for this one. I think Atom is definitely a buy here. As much as I think that it's a lower beta play than Juno is, if you don't have access to trading Juno, then Atom's your play. I mean, the risk reward's on your side. Stochastic. Don't overthink it. Oversold right now. Let's check BNB. So you said BNB looks deceiving. This may be like a bearish divergence play or something. So yeah, BNB doesn't look as good, and this is true. Definitely doesn't look as good. Looks like the majority of the supply of that was determining this range. Shot price down recently. Doesn't look as good. I'll say it's 100% bearish though. Right. I know that there is a massive bull harmonic on this. So you can take that for what it is. And I know type 2 reaction is somewhere down near below 400 at least, 375. So I'd say that would probably be my entry as well. You have broken down. I mean, this was bullish for such a long time. This is the trend that you needed to hold to continue the trend. Obviously, we didn't. Trend did not hold. You're under the daily 200. You just got rejected from the 4-hour 200 as well. Give me 390 or a sweep under 390, 383, and maybe I would long it. I do agree that it does look bearish, only because no major key level has ever been broken yet. No key level at all, and you've been downtrending since November. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, consistently, right? I mean, this is the most basic trend possible. So yes, 100% still bearish. A lot of the trends are still bearish. Check Alice. So metaverse tokens. We'll clear the charts here. Is there a better Alice liquidity provider? Maybe USD? Not exactly. So Alice is getting super close to a breakout, and it's producing, at least it's producing these higher lows here. Yeah, I like Alice. I mean, a lot of these are disrespecting at least a fraction of the value that these 200 EMAs have. It looks like Alice definitely has a run coming, at least on these lower time frames. Most dailies are still are looking like they're a little bit overbought. This is the only problem that Alice has, I think. Yeah, so if anything, the number one thing I would be doing on Alice is waiting. I mean, you might give up 7% to wait for a breakout above this, but this was previously the sell zone that turned into demand, and that has now flipped. Boom. And you haven't confirmed. So there's no confirmation of trend reversal on Alice. You gotta wait. I would give up 8%, right? I'd wait 8% to the upside until I bought it. It took about 2 hours for me to swap Cardano for Meld at 1% slippage. Yeah, it's not fun. What do you think of ETH Alien Vox NFT? I own 2 of them. I think they're dope. They just need to be implemented. The utility has to be implemented in a sandbox. Okay, I think that's it for all the questions. Went over Atom, BNB. Looks good. All right, any more questions? Because I don't want to, we're nearing 50 minutes now and I want to keep it to 30. Next time I'll try to keep it under because I know hour-long streams aren't the best to watch back. So 30 minutes next time, consolidate the information. And probably by the end of the night, I'll hopefully have my full positions on ETH, Cardano. Hopefully today's the day that we get the full positions in, so we can be exposed up until the next 3 days. Should check futures as well. Let's see, what is ES1 at? Futures green is a good sign. I mean, these futures are just starting now, but about a 1/4% green now. BLZ, this will be the last one I go over. If you guys want me to go over your tokens, ask me in the Discord. I'll send you my analysis on all of them, exactly what I think. BLZ, I looked at this one a few days ago, and I know that's coming up to supply right now. I mean, yeah, this is such a massive zone for supply. I also don't know what this token does, so I can't really give any insights on what the current narrative is, or if there's even people attempting to swap this narrative right now. I think BLZ's moved a little bit too much from the downside though. Yeah, some of these that are going 40, it's at 32% right now. You know, if it moves 30%, I'm fine as long as it's not moving 30% into resistance. And that's what BLZ is doing right now. So how much should I give up? You have to give up 9% to wait. Not my favorite. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. I just think even if this does, like, you know, if I buy my words and say that this is going to continue the upside, but the risk is too heavy for me to take on this position. So the same thing with XRP. It moved so far and came up to a new supply or resistance zone that there's no reason to buy it into that zone now, or you're buying it after the pump, which sometimes can be fine, such as Polkadot. However, if you're buying into the pump right after it's pumped 30-40% and you got resistance overhead, I mean, the risk is just exponentially getting larger while the reward is getting smaller. So check Matic, yes. I know I said the last one would be the last one. We'll do this one. Beautiful. Matic I like a lot for one main reason is Matic reclaimed, right? It was looking ugly for a bit, retested daily 200 and kept retesting. And then we got the massive push forward, actually thankfully to Amazon as well for the earnings report, you know, pushing billions of dollars of new money. I guess it was old money from Facebook into Amazon stock, but a good chunk of the S&P 500 is going to be made up of that. It's going to push the entire market. I like Matic a lot. Matic is, yeah. So Matic is a fine buy at these levels. It's not coming up into anything too major. You fell. Yeah, 7% discount. I think it's fine here. You know, the best zone possible is obviously going to be if you can come to the previous range. Like before when I was talking about, you know, Bitcoin had 3 to 4 different ranges that it kept bear trending into. Bear trend breaks, you have your next accumulation zone or distribution, and it happened 3 different times. If you can just test the range highs of that previous zone, then you'll have your picture perfect entry. Looking for a push up to 4-hour supply. Yeah, it looks like most sellers on Matic are at $2. Yeah, so it makes sense. It's $2. It's like I talk about this a lot, is the psychological targets. If you're ever confused on where your next, you know, if you're trading something and you're confused on where it will sell off next, a very easy technique is honestly just move up to the, you know, round up to the average, you know, the whole number, right? Round up to the next whole number. So if you're at $1.70, right? I guarantee you $1.80 is going to sell off. You're at $10, I guarantee you $11 will have a sell off. So round numbers hold a lot of consistency in the markets. So it doesn't, you know, it makes sense that $2 was a sell off point here. Link, okay, we'll do Link as the last one. I see someone said Rose. I don't want to talk about Rose. We have equity in Rose. I think it's near the entry. So Link is very similar to Cardano. Very similar to Cardano. I mean, Cardano is $1 that's been holding for a while. Link's $15. Somebody's buying Link up like it's never coming back. Do I like it right now is the main question. As much as I hate to say, like, this one just has a more obvious bearish event, right? But bearish to what extent, right? Because if this bear trend breaks down, you just fall right into the heaviest demand that it's had for the last 400 days. So I think for the most part, if we take in this last zone here, which was the previous support in the beginning of December, which then broke down in January, we have reclaimed it over the last, hopefully over a day. Yeah, 4 days. So we've reclaimed over the last 4 days. This position is actually a little bit lower risk than the rest, only because you have this bottom range that you've reclaimed. And this is how I would play it. I mean, if you enter right here, 2.1 RR, and you stop out below the low of the range, yeah, that would make sense to me. And you just take profit up to the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so that's it. I want to end it there. We just hit an hour. We're 20 seconds away from 1 hour here. So final thoughts on Link, by the way, is obviously it is in that bear flag here. If the entire market continues to mark up and squeeze like I believe Bitcoin can continue to do, then this won't matter anymore. But as long as you're holding above, it's called 1750 flat. 1750 flat on Link, you're completely fine, right? Under that, obviously it's ugly because you have given up a key level that you reclaimed before, and we don't want that. And one of my favorite shorts that I think we talked about on the stream is going to be XRP. So that's it. I should probably write all these down here. ETH dot, Secret, Cardano, long bias, XRP short bias, Link, I call it neutral bias because I don't see if I'm ready to buy this yet. 20% to the lows, just not yet. Link has to be perfect. Every time we've traded Link, it was in the perfect range for me. Not perfect yet. All right, cheers, guys. I'm going to be calling it there. Beautiful stream. We'll be doing another one. What is this? Tomorrow with Casper. Day after that, Glacier. Day after that will be Casper again, and then Saturday I'll hold another one. But looks good. I was been writing notes the whole time, so I'll put up in the Discord on what my moves are. But overall, momentum is switching. I still think that we got to be in defense mode a little bit because the macro technical levels haven't been broken yet. So until the macro technical levels get broken, you can't really go full risk on. You still got to play it safe, play on the defense right now. I think XRP, if you're going to short anything, I think you should short XRP. Because fuck XRP. Also, it's moved too much. You could probably long everything that I'm long bias on, just short XRP as your hedge, and it would work out. All right, that's it. That's it. We went over everything. No more coins. If you got coins, at me in crypto chat or chart chat. I'll send it up for you guys. But yeah, lovely time. We've done 2 back-to-back streams. The harmonic stream, learning about the technicals on how harmonics work, the foundations on how they work, how to chart them, how to plot them, how to react to them. That is up right now, I believe, for the Playbit YouTube. It's probably one of the last ones. We did that with Glacier. And then what was supposed to be a 30-minute recap turned into an hour, but hopefully you guys got good information from it. Post up the notes. Micro bullish, macro defense mode. Just not ready to go risk on yet, right? You'll know when the risk on moment is. The risk on moment was over the weekend when I was gone, right, as that breakout occurred. What are micro levels? Low time frames. Lower time frames. All right, guys. Peace out. Love you all. Catch you in the Discord. I'll be chatting it up tonight. I think we're going to have more like casual streams in the Discord as well, so where we just chit-chat, chart, live trade together. Obviously, these are the more official ones, but hey, great night. I'll catch you guys later. I'll send out the exact entries that I'm taking on the coins I like, shorts on the ones I don't. I'll probably take XRP shorts very soon here as well. But yeah, enjoy, guys. Remember, have fun while you're trading. One of the main things that I've come to the realization is if you miss a lot of these big moves, it's all right. The next ones are going to come. So make sure you're making money. And if you're not, make sure you're learning. But that's for another time. All right, guys.